What up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley. Hope you all are staying positive and motivated and alive out there. I'm coming at you guys today with a review of the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5. This is the first full-on reality show that I'm reviewing. I'm so excited. I absolutely love these girls. It's just a crop of goofy women that don't really know how to dress but are very entertaining to watch. I'm very, very excited for this season. I feel like it's going to be lit. These girls are low-key giving Atlanta a run for their money. I gotta be honest. I just feel like Potomac is really coming for that crown as that franchise that is filled with the black queens, basically. And also, again, I apologize for the bonnet. Y'all don't get this bonnet until I get a haircut. My edge up looks a struggling mess right now, so I go into the barbershop on Thursday. But anyways, let's go on and get into the review. So we start this episode with a flashback, or a foreshadowing, as you would say, to Giselle and the other girls kind of grilling Monique about, we all know at this point, the fight that she has with Candace this season. And I see that the fight with Candace, between her and Candace, is going to be the pivotal moment for this season. It's been highly publicized. I think at this point they even leaked a video of the fight. I don't want to see it yet. I want to see everything happen. They better show it. Bravo, you better show that fight happening. So fast forward, we see Monique. She's at the house. She's chilling with her man, and she has her new baby. I think his name was Chase. Very, very cute little baby. Looks like Simba, just so adorable. He looks like the perfect mix of Monique and Chris. I think that's his name, right? Chris Samuels. But anyways, she's telling us in her confessional just how tired she is. She's exhausted. And she's been telling us that ever since she kind of stepped onto the scene. A lot of people kind of brushed it off because it's girl, you're a housewife. What all do you do? But there is a lot, to give her credit, there is a lot in her day-to-day. And I'm not trying to be biased, but I gotta be honest with y'all. Monique, along with Karen, are two of my favorites on this show. So I'm going to try to be as unbiased as I can. But just so you know, them two are just, in my opinion, what this show, the Potomac franchise, is all about. So Monique also reveals that she has a pet bird, a parrot, I believe, as well, that she's potty training, and she's able to keep on a leash, which I'm actually surprised by. I wouldn't trust a bird to be on my shoulder at all times. That shit would probably just fly away into freedom. So we see Monique, she takes the bird and she goes on down to Miss Karen Huger's house. I love Karen. Karen, in my opinion, is the best person on this show. Out of all of them, she really knows how to not take herself so seriously and then just have a fun and good old time. And we get to Karen's house, and she showed you hoes that her finances are okay because she's now fully back in Potomac. Now, I don't know if if Ray is the main financier of that house, or if the money from the La Dame fragrance is what's funding that house, but either way it goes, she is back on the road, back in Potomac. So Monique and her sat down, and then Karen reveals basically that Ray is not happy with her business venture. These rich men, they get these housewives, and then they see that they want to do a little thing on their own, and they're just like, okay, cool, girl, do whatever you want. But these men become very surprised when their business venture actually becomes successful, and they actually have a business of their own and making their own money and necessarily don't need them. And them two have been together for about 23 years, probably more than that. And it's just a simple fact that now she's really coming into who she is and finding her own lane. And there's going to be some type of pushback in the power dynamics of the relationship, because she doesn't really necessarily need Ray anymore, but it is what it is. We're going to dive more into their issues later. And then let's see. So we move on to Giselle unpacking some tacky ass furniture in a nice house. The way she gutted it last season and built it up, it looks nice. But for Giselle to be as pretty as she is, she has absolutely no style and no grace. That furniture just looked so bad, and none of it went together. She had this ugly old brownish red leather couch with a rug and some other furniture that didn't match the living room. I was just like, Giselle, girl, not only does she need a stylist, but she needs a interior decorator as well. So Giselle, she's unpacking stuff with her girls, and Jamal calls the phone, and they kind of have a little back and forth conversation. And you see the girls kind of giving them the side eye, and then they're not even wanting to say hi to Jamal as well. So once Giselle gets off the phone, them girls are like looking Giselle up and down. And they basically reveal that they're not feeling this relationship. Like, the entire time they've been born, Giselle and Jamal have been divorced. And then it's been known that Jamal, the false prophet Bryant, is a huge cheater and can't really be faithful to anybody. And these girls at a young age know that. And they're just like waiting for the day that basically Jamal is going to piss Giselle off again. Like, they're just waiting for it to happen because they know it's going to happen at some point. And to me, them two getting back together, I feel like was for a storyline. Because, like, really, what else does Giselle really have going on at this point? Like, Giselle, like, her relationship with Jamal, I feel like it's just all like, okay, Jamal wants to be back on TV and Giselle needs a storyline, so boom, let's just knock two birds out with one stone. But the girls are sitting there grilling Giselle like, we just want to see you happy. Like, we just want to be there for you. And we just feel like our dad is only really there for us to impress you. And they're basically saying, like, their relationship feels fake and forced, basically. That's what it is. And Giselle's like, well, I'm the parent. We're the parents. And just know that we're in charge. And the girls are like, okay, girl, whatever. So we then see Candace. Candace and her husband, they're going down to this beautiful bar. They're scoping out the scene so they can get this diamond and denim party ready, which is also going to be Candace and, his name is Chris too, right? Candace and Chris's first year anniversary wedding party. And I like the concept idea. Now, the event planner or the lady who owns the bar, Candace at first told her that they want to spend about $5,000, and then the girl was like, well, in order for us to hold this event here on a Friday, basically like clearing out this whole entire club on a Friday night just for your party, we're gonna need about $22,000. And Candace is like, okay. And then she's like, okay, well, go ahead and look. I'll be downstairs. You two work that out, and then we can discuss payment. Basically, she's like, girl, I ain't got time for this. Like, let me know if you want to take this venue or not. So we then go over to Ashley. Ashley and her troll, they're breastfeeding their baby. Cute baby. Let me not go there. But they're breastfeeding the baby, and Ashley's basically just stepping into her matronly duties, like just being a mom. And she comes to a realization that, like, damn, like, I gotta take care of a whole nother person. Like, there's so many things that could attack my baby in this world. And, like, basically she's realizing just how unsafe the world is and how sensitive everything is to a baby. And she's kind of just going through the day-to-day. They go for a walk, yada, yada, yada. Who really cares? So we see Robin. Robin and her haircut are at home, just chilling. Like, Robin just gives me a just chilling girl. Like, she just is just so laid back and just like, hey, I'm here. Like, just whatever. But her and her fine ass entanglement of a husband, or soon-to-be husband, Juan, they're sitting there with the kids. She swishes the kids away because they want to get this scene in. And Robin kind of basically grills Juan to like, what do you think we need to do in terms of, like, getting another place? Because the kids shaded them, like, for living in that small-ass condo. I mean, it's not small by my standards, but by Potomac standards and being in Housewives standards, the kids are like, girl, you don't measure up. But she asked Juan, like, what do we need to do to get to the next level? Like, what do you think we need to do as a couple? And he's like, oh, well, we need to grow as a couple. And she's like, we need to grow as a couple? We need to get married. Like, what's going on? And then Juan kind of freezes for a second. They went to commercial break, but when we come back, Juan reveals that, you know what, I actually, that's something that I really want to work to. And that's something I can see myself doing pretty soon. And we already know, like, it's been spoiled that Juan proposed to Robin. That was, like, one of the big reveals. They got spoiled out this season. But it is what it is. I mean, it's nice to see it play out. So we see Candace again. She meets Giselle at a bakery so she could pick out some desserts for her party. And I'm just like, girl, you can't really afford the venue. So how can you really afford to have like a bakery? Like you could probably pick up some shit at Kroger's at this point. But she meets up with Giselle, and they also insert a montage of every single girl kind of being surprised that Giselle got back with Jamal Bryant, which is a very huge surprise. Like, this man was a whole pastor, and you were the first lady, and he dogged you out not once, but like multiple times in these streets. Like, he had a woman in the pulpit coming for your position, girl, and you just up and take this man back. Like, I mean, I guess forgiveness is a part of being Christian, but you also need to have discernment as well, girl. But anyways, Candace also reveals that she didn't invite Ashley. Like, them two kind of really fell out really tough. It was kind of fun. Not fun, but it's kind of weird to see like the two youngest girls on this show not get along, and the two most annoying girls on this show not get along. But then we also get into let's see, Giselle. Giselle kind of grills Candace about like, you need to apologize for the things you said to me on Twitter. Like, I don't like how you came from my house. She said that she lives in a $9,000 cabin and basically calling it raggedy. That shit was funny to me. But the reason why she said that, Candace says, because she came for the fact that her mom, like Giselle said that her mom pays for everything and funds her life. And then Giselle was like, well, that came from the source. Your mom has said that multiple times. And it's just like, basically neither one of them could apologize to each other. And I don't understand what it is with these housewives not being able to say, I'm sorry. Like, even if you don't mean it, like, just say, I'm sorry for X, Y, and Z. Like, I never understand, not even just the housewives, but people in general. I will never get why it is so hard for people to fucking apologize. Like, say the words, I'm sorry, and move on. Like, it's not that difficult. So we get to the day of, I skipped ahead a little bit. So we get to Monique. She goes on down to Ashley's house, and them two surprisingly have gotten very, very close. They become very good friends, which is really, really kind of strange to me, because the last time I watched Potomac, them two were on the outs with each other. And it was kind of like Monique, towards the end of that season, was kind of kissing Ashley's ass to get on her good side. But Monique is at Ashley's house, and they're kind of playing with their babies, kind of bonding over both of them being new moms. And Monique reveals to Ashley that Candace didn't invite Ashley to her wedding anniversary party. And Ashley was kind of just like, okay, well, that's cool. I mean, I don't really want to go. Like, even if I was invited, I wasn't going to go. Like, her and Candace are just not on good terms at all. I don't really blame either party, because both parties were dead ass wrong last season, the way they came at each other. Monique reveals also after that Monique and Candace actually made up and are on like good terms, like they're friends. I mean, we saw them made up at the reunion last season, but you know, as the time goes on, we're going to see over time just how their relationship dissolves, because even though they made up, I feel like that shit was kind of a little fake to me. Like, it was like, okay, let's just meet up, let's just say apologize to each other and get on good terms so we could just move forward from this. But neither one of them really took accountability for what each other one said, and it's just like there's still some animosity lingering between them two. So we get to the day of Candace's anniversary party. Candace's mom is the very first guest. Candace's mom, she's good for the show as an adversary to Candace, but she is just very awkward and annoying to me. And then we also see the new cast member, Wendy Osefo. She is a PhD. I think she's a doctor. I forgot what else she does. And she's also a professor as well. She's Nigerian. She's pretty. She's statuesque. And I kind of want to see like how she's going to play out this season. I mean, she already got her wine glass, so she must have proved herself at some point. So we see Wendy. She then, at first we see Candace. She pulls Giselle to the side so they could talk about their issues once again. And then basically, like, neither one of them could still come to an agreement on like what each of them should apologize for. And basically, both parties just end up kind of frustrated. And then we see all the other girls come out. And then Wendy goes ahead and questions Giselle, like, why exactly she got back with Jamal. Like, girl, like, have some value. And Jamal just basically says, like, I don't see me being with anybody else during this time. Like, we still have a bond, and she basically admitted that she's still, a part of her is still basically in love with her, in other words. And then the girls start to then question like why he isn't even at the party, and then Giselle starts to feel a little uncomfortable, and then she kind of just like she kind of finds her way to get back out of the corner that they were about to put her in. So we then see Robin show up, and the first person Robin sees is Charisse the prude. Charisse, to me, she's like the old cranky version of Regina King to me. Like, she just seems very miserable, but at the same time, the show feels weird without her being there. And I think it's because she was the main person that kind of brought everybody together for the show. Like, a lot of people don't know, but Charisse is actually the glue that holds the relationships between most of these ladies within the cast. But Charisse, she's just like a dark cloud over the whole entire party, like the whole situation. But anyways, we see Monique, Wendy, and Karen kind of shade the cash bar for a second. And that's another thing. Like, if I ever throw a party, ain't no way I'm gonna have anybody paying for the drinks, bitch. Like, people are more inclined to even show up if you mention that the bar is free. Like, who has a party without an open bar, especially when you are around this caliber of ladies? Like, get it together, Candace. Like, you're starting to slip a little bit, girl. So we see Charisse. She greets the rest of the girls. Monique ignores her. And then in the confessional, Monique reveals that Charisse spread really nasty rumors about her and her family. So the producer asks, what rumors does Charisse spill? And then Monique's like, I ain't about to talk about Charisse. Like, a whole other topic. I'm gone. Next. I'm like, Monique, why do you even bring it up then if you're not going to tell us what she said? Like, come on. But whatever. So at the end, Candace, she asked Karen to get on the mic because her and Karen have gotten really, really close, which is a surprise to me. Looking back on it, they were kind of close, like on Candace's first season, but I guess stuff that happens behind the scenes that we don't see. But Karen gets on to the mic, and she's supposed to do a speech for Candace and Chris, and she ends up talking about her whole entire self. Like, she talks about the fact that, oh my God, me and Ray are going through this and that, and I'm finding my independence, and this is a trying time for us, but be sure that you're the one that you're with the one that you want to be with, and know that there's going to be trials and tribulations in the future. And everybody was just like, okay. Like, it was just like a fake dry clap. It was just like the most awkward type of thing. The most awkward speech I've ever seen at an anniversary party. And then we also see Candace's mom get up there and give another awkward speech about them two making love. And that's pretty much the end of the whole entire review. Be sure to like and comment, subscribe, and I will come at you guys with more content. Overall, I give this episode, I give it about an 8.5 out of 10. Like, this was a great first episode. I fell asleep towards the end. And I think that they've already posted the second episode, so if they did, I'm going to go ahead and look at that and try to put a review out on that as well. But those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to come at you guys with some more content. Thank you.